Hi, and welcome to the R2RB podcast series. My guest today is Darlene Fantel, warmly known as the Crazy Chick. Darlene will let us know how she became known as the Crazy Chick. And Darlene resides in Lyndhurst, Long Island, New York, with her husband Robert and their fur babies. From wife, mom, grandmother, and business owner, Darlene is one busy woman entrepreneur. Darlene, welcome, and how are you?
I am good, and thank you very much for the invite. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Not bad for having yesterday off as we were speaking earlier,
Yes,
getting back into the groove. So Tuesday's
yeah,
almost done.
yes. So one day down.
That's it. Oh, so I'd like to ask two questions to get us warmed up. And the first one is, if you could pick a superpower, which one would you have?
So I kind of struggled with this one because I wasn't sure if I wanted to say superwoman or flying. I'm going to say flying because I'm not a big risk taker. I have to know that the ground and the foundation is kind of secure before I jump into anything. And I know in the near future, I am going to be challenged with the possibility of scaling up the company. And I have not mastered scale up yet. So I would say I would love to have that ability to fly.
I like it, and I like the reasons. That's a pretty good reason to do that one.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. All right. So if you could visit anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Australia. Since I was a child, I've always wanted to see koalas in the wild.
Oh,
Kangaroos.
oh, that would be awesome.
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
have
I don't know if
plans?
it's possible, but
Okay.
we'll see. Maybe one day.
Yeah. I mean, you could put it, on the bucket list.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have anything else in that bucket list yet?
Oh, there's probably a whole bunch in that bucket list. Like it's hours long. You know, I, I, I keep adding to it too. It doesn't stop.
No,
Yeah.
no. And it doesn't have to. Absolutely. All right. So who is Darlene the Crazy Chick?
Darlene the crazy chick is a motivated person that wakes up wanting to be better every morning. I want to push the company as far as it can go, be the best that we could be. And I have to say, I'm kind of meticulous with everything that I do. I have a very strong quality assurance background. My 30-year career was spent in the pharmaceutical industry. So I'm very familiar with the federal regulations. So I try to keep everything quality oriented, high quality, in compliance.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, there is a lot. There's a lot. And like I said, I'm not a big risk taker, so I want everything done right. First time. Yeah.
Absolutely. But with the motivation, is there anything in particular besides the business that motivates you?
Yeah, there's a lot. So
Yeah.
on the personal side of things, I love the salt air. Grew up close to the coastal area. I love the wildlife, the beach. I'm an amateur photographer since high school. I
Oh,
like to
wow.
photograph scenery and the wildlife. I love cooking. I love walking. I love gardening.
Do you,
Family time.
do you turn to all those things when you need to de-stress?
Yes, I do. I do. But you know what? Sometimes I don't have enough time to de-stress. Family time is important too. I love spending time with the family, the kids, the grandkids. Try to get out there and be a kid with the grandkids, roller skating or getting on swings with them. And, I'm trying not to grow old too fast.
With you on that one.
Yeah.
It's like, how is
So,
this happening?
yes, yes,
Sometimes you just need to have that place to go to de-stress because it is a
yes,
lot. Absolutely. So
yes.
you and your husband are very much involved in the, is it a town or a village? What's it
So
called?
it is a
It
village.
is a
We are,
village.
yes,
I
it's an
always like that.
incorporated village.
Which is
Uh,
Lindenhurst.
Lindenhurst, we're the fourth largest in New York State. I believe there's somewhere in the range of 27,000 residents.
Wow. Wow.
But we have that tiny hometown feel where everybody knows everybody.
That is so
You,
nice.
yes, it's very nice. And what's really nice is the majority of our grandchildren are growing up here. I
Oh,
grew up in Lindenhurst. So
oh.
yeah, so it's kind of nice. And we try to stay involved. Like the kids are here.
And you two are very involved. I mean, you're involved with the animal rescues, you're involved with agriculture, you're involved with the overall wellness of everything, not only for yourselves. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So I guess, the whole wellness thing in agriculture started for me as a child. My parents always had gardens and we'd go out to the garden and pick whatever we wanted to eat, a piece of raw corn if we wanted, or pull carrots up out of the ground and snack on them during the day. And it just, it's a nice thing that stuck with me.
Right.
So I continued. When I could have gardens, if I have the time, I have gardens. My kids have grown up, they know gardens, they know I've had chickens in the past where they've had fresh eggs. They know the difference. So I guess it kind of goes hand in hand with eating healthy and the wellness. And I'm going to share something with you that I don't tell a lot of people.
Okay.
I'm not, I am not a big meat eater. I prefer to eat produce and fruit and the chicken chips because once we're finished with them, the texture is changed. It allows me to eat meat without that resistance that I would normally have. They crunch. They don't have the texture of meat. So
That's true.
yeah, so it's all part of it. It's so funny. I step back and I look at it and I'm going, every little piece is part of that puzzle that makes sense in the long run.
Yeah.
My grandchildren even know it. They know what it's like to plant seeds and watch it grow, and they love picking it, picking the vegetables or the apples off the trees. You know, I spent several years trying to grow apple trees. I grew up with apple trees in
Oh,
my
wow.
yard. We go up, climb the tree, sit up there and eat an apple, right? So by the salt water where we are, it was a challenge. It was several years, and I finally got apples off of two trees last year.
Oh, nice.
The, the kids loved it. They're apple picking in Grammy and Grampy's backyard. It's kind of a special thing,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, that is something that you've passed on to your grandchildren or your children and your grandchildren to be passed
Yes.
on again and again
Yes.
to the next generation. And we don't
Yes.
have enough of that.
No, we don't. And there is nothing like eating fresh. Yeah, my body rejects me when I go to buy store-bought produce.
Oh, I understand that because I can't wait for like the summertime or the springtime, knowing that the vegetables and the farmers markets are going to be open again.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yeah.
then along comes rescues too with all that. You have the rescues and you have your agriculture. And let's see, where did it all start then with Crazy Chick product?
So Robert was in for a procedure one day, and I was waiting in the lobby for him. And a local news station did this Dog Day Friday event every Friday, and I was hooked. I was the big fan. I made sure I didn't miss it. So I'm watching Dog Day Friday that morning while I'm waiting for him to get out. And here's this cute little puppy that they presented, and I just knew I had to have him. Well, I find out years later that you kind of influence when you're under anesthesia. I never knew this. I only recently found out. So when Robert came out of the procedure, oh, babe, I have to tell you, I am in love with this puppy. We have to go out to Southampton to get him.
Oh,
I tell him, don't let that dog go. I'm coming out for him. So our two granddaughters, were little at the time. They were like 2 and 3 years old. We took them with us to make sure the boy would be good with them.
aw.
So here we are at the shelter. Robert's not saying anything. He's just kind of going along for the ride. I'm at the doorway with the girls as they're bringing the pup in. I'm on my knees. The girls are standing next to me. Robert's behind us on the couch, just sitting there. Chance decides to walk right past me and the girls and jump on the couch and lay his head on Robert's lap.
Oh my goodness.
Well, there it was. Robert's like, get the papers. We took him home. He was abused. He was emaciated. He had his issues. He was scared. Like we had to empty a walk-in closet for him for the first year so that when he was scared, he could go in there and lay on his bed.
Oh,
And he wound up being the most confident, lovable, the best baby ever.
oh,
We worked with him and he is amazing. We lost him in May.
I know.
Um, Broke our hearts. He was 12 and a half. And
Oh,
Robert and I figured, we said, listen, we'll write it out with our girl who is 9. She just turned 9 in February. We'll write it out with her. And then, maybe we won't adopt for a while. Well,
right.
6 weeks after Chance passes,
Oh,
here's this picture. There's a boy at a kill shelter.
mm,
And it was like 2 days before they were going to euthanize him.
oh,
And
wow.
I was obsessing over him and I'm going, no, we can't do this. I'm crying over Chance because it's only 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I'm crying that they're going to take the life of this boy. And I said to Robert, we have to go out and get him. Like, we have to save him. Well, he was a real crazy boy. Like, you couldn't even hold him on a leash. He came out, he jumped and leaped up on Robert's shoulders so high because he was freed. It was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
So we worked with him for 8 months, and I have to tell you that it's scary how his personality is almost identical to Chance's.
Wow.
And I said to Robert, what are the chances of me being obsessed over two dogs that have the same exact personality? Like,
Right?
I almost feel like Chance is back with us. Like,
Oh,
Rebel was heaven sent, I guess,
oh my gosh.
He saved
Yes.
us as much as we saved him, you know?
And I just want to say something because you've said it with both about both Chance and Rebel that you worked with them. It is a labor of love with rescues
Yes.
because many of them, like you said, have been abused, neglected, the whole gambit. And I know people have the best interest when they go to rescue, but they still have to stop and just for an extra minute say it's a commitment and
Yes.
you don't want to rescue and then just return it because one day was a bad day. So thank you so much for taking that time and rescuing those two beautiful boys and taking the
Oh,
time and working with them because I talked to a lot of different women who are in the rescues, and that's part of it is just knowing that it's going to take time to adjust your new fur baby. So thank you.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think people go in with this idea, oh, it's a cute little baby, it's a puppy. I think they go in without the full knowledge. Rebel's a big dog. We got him. He was underweight at 65 pounds. He was a year and a half. The boy is now 80 pounds. We've had him 8 months. He's a big dog. He was in a city apartment. You
Yeah.
don't put a big dog in a city apartment. Like we were walking him 3 times a day. I think I dropped 15 pounds in the first 3 months just to try to burn his energy. Like
Gosh.
people don't know. So
No,
you have to
no.
have the knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. That absolutely. And I said people's hearts are in the right place, but
Yes.
it does take an extra minute to think about the responsibility and taking on and then it turns out to be a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Abs
Absolutely.
right? Absolutely.
Yes.
So then, excuse me. So then who ended up with the seizure?
So that was Chance. We had him, I'm going to say it was within the first 6 months to a year that we had him. And he went into a seizure. And I thought, oh no, like I started reading like the labels on the dog food and stuff. Well, so let me back up. I was buying him these chicken fillet things from one of the big stores branches out here. And my niece called me. She said, Aunt Doll, Chance's treats they're being discontinued and they're recalling them because they were made overseas and dogs are dying from them.
Oh my goodness.
And it was right around the time that he had the seizure. And I grabbed them and I threw them out. And I knew it was a seizure because I had a dog once before that had seizures.
Right.
So I thought it was the treats. Being in the pharmaceutical industry, I know that there are certain things that should occur and don't occur in certain places.
Right.
So when I realized where they were coming from, I thought, I did this to him. How could I do this to him? Like I was feeding him crap, so to say, right? So I stopped and I felt guilty because he loved them. They were like a thin chicken jerky,
Hmm.
So I got into the kitchen and I tried to recreate them.
Wow.
And that's how Crazy Chick started. That's how
Oh my.
Crazy Chick started. It was a mission of love. And so research and development took like a year and a half. Like I
Wow.
told you, I'm not a risk taker. So
Right.
it was testing. I kept going back until I got it to the point of where I thought it was perfect. Like shelf life studies, nutrition values, everything across the board. As I'm doing it, the kids are coming into the house and they're going, wow, it smells really good in here. What are you making? They start grabbing chips and they're eating them and they're going, oh, well, now you need to add flavor to them. And oh, this one should be salted. And how about lime on this? And I'd like it spicy. And like they're throwing all this stuff at me. So now I'm going, well, the company name is that I registered with New York State is not going to work. Oh, what am I going to name it? And I struggled and I'm going, I'm not changing the name. This was supposed to be a pet product. What are you guys doing? You threw a wrench into this on me. So I said to Robert, what am I going to do now? Like I already registered the business name. What am I going to call it? That, nobody's going to eat something that's got a doggy name to it, like fur baby treats. He goes, call it Crazy Chick. And I knew when he said it, that was the name.
That is,
He named the company.
I love that. I love
He
that.
and there's a story behind it. For as long as I can remember, since Robert and I were dating, anytime that I'd leave him without words because of my actions or my mouth, he'd have nothing else to say but crazy chick. You're a crazy chick. And he started signing it in cards and little love notes. Oh, to my crazy
Oh,
chick. And so when he said it, I'm like, bingo.
bingo.
Yeah, that was it.
I love it.
Yeah, it was it. So it all just kind of came together without, I don't know, it
It was
came
meant to,
together.
it was meant to be.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
meant to be.
absolutely.
It was meant to be. And then I had to struggle with the logos. I can't do a paw print. Like I originally traced Chance's paw print
Uh,
and added like a letter to it or something. I added something to his paw print, and that was going to be the registered logo.
uh,
So now I have to look a different logo because that's not going to work either. So somebody told me to go to I don't know, one of these web pages where a whole bunch of graphic people
oh, yes.
they give you ideas, they send you ideas, and whoever's you pick, they get paid.
Oh,
And I'm going, and I had no clue what I wanted. So I'm going, you know what? Maybe something with two C's, like, and somebody hit the nail. Well, Robert actually said, why don't you have them loop the C's, like the head being one of the C's, the belly being the up, and that's how we got the
that
logo. And they
is,
put, yeah, like so bizarre. You,
oh
you
my,
can't make it up,
no.
you know. So somebody's got a bigger plan.
Oh my gosh, no, I love it. Absolutely. So you work on it for a year and a half, getting it all together, getting it all prepared and passing all the tests. And that just had to be a long haul.
It was.
Was there a point in time though that you wanted just to throw the chicken out the door?
Yes, but not within the first year and a half.
Oh, really?
The,
Okay.
the first year and a half, I enjoyed the ride. Like I learned a lot of stuff. I was working with, patent people and trademark attorneys, and
Oh, wow.
I was learning a lot. I grew from that year and a half experience. It was when the pandemic hit. I wanted to throw the towel in.
Oh my gosh.
Wasn't so bad that we went into lockdown because the market I was managing, knowing federal regulations, I put a safety protocol together, got approval to run the market where all the other markets were shut down. We had social distancing, we showed, crowd control and everything else, hand sanitizers everywhere. It was an open market. So we were good with that. And the part that made me want to throw the towel in was the price of chicken went up 4 times the amount.
I
You
remember
know,
that time as well. It was insane.
it was really insane. And I thought, this is the end of Crazy Chick. Like,
Wow.
we can't do this anymore. Every time I went back in to the supplier, my heart sunk every time I went back in there because it
Sure.
just kept going up and going up. We were paying so
It
much
was
money for the chick.
ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. That's when I wanted to throw the towel in.
Oh my gosh. And so how
Yeah.
did you work through that? That you didn't throw the towel in?
Kind of just bit the bullet, went along with it, being hopeful that things would change. We have a lot of loyal followers that we didn't want to disappoint, even though sometimes Robert doesn't always agree with my paths or my decisions. He's always 100% behind me. Like,
That's
so
nice.
he was behind me with the whole thing and he didn't try to discourage me. We wrote it out.
Wow.
We wrote it out.
Wow. Wow. And here you are. It's 2024.
Yes.
Chicken
Here we are.
has come down.
Yes, it has. Thankfully, I'm so thankful for
Yeah.
that.
I had
So,
forgotten about the crazy prices on the chicken at that time.
yeah,
I was working at Trader Joe's at that time, and when the prices just started to go up and up and up, it's like, what's going on? So kudos to you for writing that out because that's a big one.
that was,
That could have shut the doors on you.
yes, absolutely could have. I'm thankful we kept it going.
Oh, me too. Absolutely. All right. So describe chicken chips to someone that's never tried them.
Okay, so chicken chips, we take a high quality chicken breast. We dry them until we get them to crunch, like every other chip. They crunch, but they've got the taste, the smell, the taste, and eventually the texture of rotisserie chicken. There's no preservatives, there's no artificial flavors. They're high protein, low sodium, low cal, low carb, low cholesterol, gluten free. So we leave the doggy ones unflavored and we flavor for the people. And no, we are not feeding people doggy treats. We are feeding the dogs people treats. I can't tell you how many times I've been asked, are you trying to feed me dog chips? No, I'm not. We get our stuff from a restaurant supply
Yeah.
company. So, yeah. Yes.
Yes,
So
you're doing it the right way.
it's
And
easier
you
to do.
that's right. And
I'm
your
sorry.
newest chip is chocolate covered chicken chips.
Yes, I got in there and I tried to, I thought, they're doing bacon covered. They're doing bacon, chocolate covered bacon. Let me try the chicken chips.
Yeah, why not?
And the few people that tried them said, yeah, I always, the kids and grandkids, I test them on. They're the first. They were like, it's good, it's good. And I'm going, yes, but storage is going to be I'm not sure I'm gonna launch that one yet.
Okay.
There's a lot of things, when we're out at the farmers markets, I have a lot of chocolate people that are not there for the
Right.
storage is
Yeah,
temperatures
absolutely.
and all of that. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
custom orders, yeah, I could probably do that.
Yeah.
But to have it as a everyday
Eh,
purchase, I don't know that we're gonna go that route.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I'll keep an eye out.
Okay, yes, I will definitely send you some. You like milk chocolate or dark chocolate?
Yes.
Okay, good. You know what? I'm gonna take a note on that one.
So
Yeah.
in the very beginning, when you were first starting to put all your thoughts together and you were creating Crazy Chick, did you also start a business plan?
Not detailed. It
Okay.
was very basic. Like I knew the things that had to have been done and I knew where I wanted to go with it. Not very detailed. It was registering the business. It was creating, the graphics for the web page and the labels and registering two different trademarks because you have to have a trademark for the pet side and a trademark
All
for the
right.
people side. And
Right.
then because it's unique, I registered for a patent through the United States Patent and Trademark Office.
Oh,
So
cool.
that's pending. Like there was a lot.
That is a
Insurance, and you got to do the compatibility testing and make sure that the products are holding up with the PBA free bags that you purchase. There's a lot. The
yeah.
labels don't heel
Yeah.
off. So yeah, there's a lot to it. So yeah.
You just didn't
Um,
wake up one morning and get this business started. There's so many things involved in one, just starting a business in itself, and then taking on because you have, food. That's a whole nother ball game.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And you know what? I have to say that my pharmaceutical experience, I'm thankful for that because it taught me what I needed to do, from the labs, the testing, the stability studies and there's certain equipment, you have to have a certain stainless steel that you use and cleaning solution, that it
It's a
goes
lot.
across. Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah,
But
and people, I mean, I go to a lot of farmer markets I meet women entrepreneurs all the time. And when you walk up to their table and meet them and greet them and see their product and you look at it, it's like, and I know people, because I've done it myself, it's like, oh, I can do that. Oh, yeah, no.
there's a lot, in all the regulations, there's different paths you could go down. They don't give you one path. They
Sure.
tell you what the end result has to be. You have to
You
figure
have to
out how
figure
to
it
get
out.
there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Is there anything that knowing what you know now that you would change in the beginning or, do it differently in the beginning?
No, I wouldn't change a thing. I learned a lot. Yes, there were challenges. Those are the things that make you stronger. You
Yeah, I
know,
agree.
this wasn't my plan. God planned this, not me. So I just went along with the ride. I had no plan. I don't like meat. Of all things, when I was younger, my grandmother used to have to wash out my turkey for me and put it in the pan so I could put it in the oven. I wouldn't even touch raw meat back in the day. So this was not at all my plan. This was all God's thing. Like,
Yeah, and he it is said he works in mysterious ways, and
yes,
the things that come about are just amazing.
yes, yes. I
Absolutely. What
yeah.
advice would you give another woman entrepreneur? Well, starting in business in general.
Do your research. Do your research. Know what's required. Know what you have to do to get there. Don't be quick to throw in the towel. You have to have tenacity. If you really want it, you have to have tenacity, and you need to know that it's not 9 to 5. You're married to it. It's around the clock. Some people say it's easier to be a business owner, and I disagree. It's around the clock.
Absolutely. Just and not give up. I mean, that is the big thing. It's, I joke with my business partner Ron, we each take a different day to quit.
It gives you balance. Balance is important for
It
those
is.
women entrepreneurs. Balance is very important also.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness gracious. Now you are involved in a lot of farmer markets. Did you have a farmer market yourself? Did you have one that you ran?
I did. I did. So I was in a market. I was in a few markets when I first got started. The one in our community was small, and our community wasn't ready for it. So I was chatting with a friend who was a civic member. And I said to her, I really want to get a market going. She goes, oh, what a great idea. She goes, I got the perfect spot. Let's do it. I will reach out to the town. Maybe we could do it as a beautification program. And I thought, this is great. So our conversation started in October of 2019. So she reached out to the powers and said, oh, we want to do a market as a civic. We got the green light.
Oh
We
wow.
got the green light to go with it. The town totally not the village, the town totally supported us. They went and did what they had to do on their end. We got to planning on our end. I started recruiting vendors. This very big lot grew. Well, so first, let me back up. 2019, we were going to launch, I think it was like April or May of 2020. So we had to postpone that because March was COVID, right?
Yeah.
COVID started.
Yeah.
So we had to put that on hold. The markets around here didn't open. Maybe there were two or three that did. I said to them, listen, I want to open it. I'll put a safety protocol together. I got the experience. And if there's anything you want, changed on it, I'll make the changes and I'll send it back to you for a review. They were fine with it. So we showed crowd control. We had hand sanitizer out on every table. Nobody was allowed to touch anything on the tables, only the business owner.
Yeah.
We had it locked up tight.
Nailed
It
down.
was, yeah, yeah. So we wound up having 60 vendors at the height of that market. It was amazing. When the regulations, the restrictions, dropped off, people had other places to go. Vendors and visitors had other places to go. So we dwindled.
No.
And I closed the market last year. Indefinitely, I closed it. It was too much work to keep it going. Now I'm opening a new market right in the middle of our village. I met
Cool.
with the village of Lindenhurst Powers a few weeks ago, and they gave me the green light on it. They said,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. So we have an awesome farmer. Actually, we have two awesome farmers coming back, which I'm really excited about. I can't wait for the fresh veggies and produce.
I'm with you.
Uh, so yes, we'll be doing another market, and this one will be in Lindenhurst Village. So
Oh,
I'm
that is
excited about it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
I love the farmers markets. Oh my gosh.
Yes, me
I
too.
I didn't go to many, if any, when I was growing up, but as I got older and now really living here in Delaware as well, just I'm always learning. So the farmer markets, I just absolutely love anytime I can get those fresh vegetables.
Yes, me too.
That's
Do-
fantastic. That is great. But
yeah.
and you also you're at other farmer markets. You bring your products to other.
So yes, we are. We go to other local markets. We do other events, and we also incorporate fundraising events into these markets sometimes. Like there were a few that I did for our local parish, and I bring in, I bring in my rescue people any chance I get. Like right before we got on the Zoom meeting, I'm
Yep.
texting back and forth, organizing two events that I'm getting them into. Like so, I never forget them, and we just try to make the market the best that we can. We support during COVID. There were a lot of people that did fundraising, like our firefighters, our PTA. They had no place to do fundraising,
Yeah.
so I said, you know what? Bring your fundraiser to our market. Do it outside.
Why
And
not?
it, it became a theme. Like, so
That's
now our farmers markets support the organizations that need a place to fundraise.
that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You are all over, woman.
It wasn't my plan. It happened.
It does happen. I'm so
You know,
glad that it happens for you. Absolutely.
thank
What's
you.
what's next for Crazy Chick?
So I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
Robert and I have got some things, with his music that he's working on.
So
He's
so
got
te- so at this point, please tell us who your husband is.
Robert Fantel is my husband. He is a musician. He actually started sharing his music during the pandemic, and he took it a little bit higher to different levels with different goals since then. And he's getting out there. Like today, he was on a New Zealand radio station, which was really cool. He's getting out there. It's the slow time, the slow month for Crazy Chick. So I'm
Right.
kind of on the Robert Fantel music side, helping out and, doing some things there. He's got, what are they called? EPKs. And,
Yep.
I put
There's
together a website for him. And like, so yes, there's a lot. So Crazy
yeah.
Chick, I wanted to become a household name, like Campbell's Soup. Like right now, it's just Robert Fantel music. Right now, I'm working on the last couple of weeks. So I'll get back
Yes.
into it.
So everybody needs to find Robert Fantel Music and Crazy Chick and tell us where everybody can find both of you.
So Robert Fantel Music, robertfantelmusic.com. And for Crazy Chick, it's crazychick.com. Because we both have web pages. Robert's is informational, and people could join his email list, and they will be emailed updates as we progress and grow the music page and his goals progress. New things happen. He's working on a new song now, so I'm not sure what the time frame is there yet, but Anybody that's on the email list, they'll get first insight. Yeah. And the Crazy Chick page has our story behind it
I
and
love it.
some things there. And there's the products are on that page and there's a contact information on both of our pages. So
And you can order right from your website, correct?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
All right.
yes, we ship. And then there's a lot of people that can email us also. Our email addresses are there. Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah.
Did you have a mentor? Did you have somebody besides Robert and family that you reached out to when you had questions when you were starting in the beginning, going through everything you went through?
No,
Yeah.
no, only the agencies that regulated.
Wow.
I'm one that will say, okay, listen, I'm ready. You tell me how to do it, and I'll get it done. The trademark people, the patent people, New York State to register the businesses. So I have to tell you, with the farmers markets, a big thing that the farmers do, and it's New York State and federal, there's a couple of programs through New York State and the federal side of things that seniors and single moms with children, they have a nutrition program so that those that are struggling can purchase. They're granted cards and coupons and things of that sort from the state and the federal side so that they could purchase fresh produce.
Yeah.
So the farmers were telling me about it, and I'm like, okay, well, let's get the market registered. I went to the New York State Department of Agriculture and I said, okay, we want to do this. So they told me. I struggled. The requirement was you have to have two farmers. I struggled to find a second farmer. They don't
Mm.
want to compete against each other,
No.
right? So they helped me, Department of Agriculture helped me locate another farmer to
Oh,
make
wow.
it like they're totally supportive.
Wow.
So it's those kind of things like if I don't know how to do it,
You're gonna
I'm gonna find somebody that
nice.
will, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, and that's so detailed and technical, getting at anything like that, anything that has to do with the government.
yes, yes, so very detailed.
Oh my gosh.
I think the one thing that was a little odd was like describing your logo. Like they want to know, they don't want you to say like there's just two letter C's that look like a chicken. They want you to tell the color, the size,
Really?
what direction and shape it's got. Like it is
Wow.
beyond detailed. It was
Wow.
crazy. And I'm saying, okay, tell me what you think. Is this it? And I had to keep going back to try to figure it out. But I learned. I learned from it. So
That's it. It's always
yeah,
it's always a learning process, no matter what we're doing. Absolutely.
yes.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Is there anything else, Darlene, that I haven't touched base on that you would like to share with everybody?
Think so. You really did a great job of putting this interview together. You
Thank you.
made it easy. You gave it, and we had this conversation. Some interviewers will just have you shooting from the hip. I liked how you set this up. It made it really easy and comfortable. I think what you're doing for the indie community is amazing.
Thank
I
you.
think what you're doing for women entrepreneurs is amazing.
Thank you.
You're an inspiration, and I
Thank
and
you.
I want to thank you.
Well, thank
I want
you. Yeah, I love what I do. Didn't plan on it,
I know what you're talking about
right?
there.
Oh, Darlene, thank you so much for being a guest tonight on R2RB. I appreciate you. I enjoyed our conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you and the invite, and it's always a pleasure speaking with you, Deb.